beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. Happy New Year, you guys. Happy New Year. I know y'all think I just gave up. I just gave up. I'm not even gonna say I took a break, you guys. Let's shoot the shit a little bit. Because this is a video about nothing. I'm gonna shoot the shit. I'm gonna talk a little bit about everything and my plans coming up. If you care at all. I see that I lost some subbies and I get it. Consistency, you got to be consistent. And how about that's what I'm about to do. I know y'all heard me say it a billion times. However, I really am. It's the first, I was about to say first of the month. I mean, it is the first of the month, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's the first of the year and 2026. I hate to be so cliche, but I've made some resolutions that are not just weight related and stay in the gym and all that. That is part of it. However, that's not the whole thing. And I'm trying to make things happen today, starting today. So starting today, I plan on visiting loved ones more, seeing my mom way more, and other people that love me, that I love, that I have been neglecting, or not neglecting on purpose, but just not making time and space for. That's something that I am going to do more of in 2026. So what did I do? I went to see my mom, took her some dinner and everything, because this is something that I am starting, and let's get started now. And I feel so full. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so full. It's crazy because, we get really busy, and life, be lifing, work be working, and working your nerves, and you be tired and everything, relationships and all that, our children. However, it's like you put people off, and then when you finally see them, oh my God, you feel so full. Like, it's like, and I haven't been putting my mom off. I just haven't been going out there to see her as much as I should and as much as I had been before. So I just vowed to pick that back up. However, back to what I was talking about. When, it's just like sometimes you don't even know that you need the energy of these people, but you do, sometimes I need the energy of my mom. Sometimes I need the energy of my siblings, because there's nothing like it. When you get with your siblings and you laugh and you all are able to just act dumb as shit, that's stuff that can't, it can't compare. And you need that, even though, you put it off or you're too busy or whatever. But once you get it, you're like, damn, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait so long? So that's one thing that I am going to do. YouTube. Let's talk about YouTube. I am going to be consistent, you guys, because one thing that I found out is when I am consistent, I am consistently getting subscribers. So I would always say, oh, baby, look, I got like 5 more subbies. I got like 6 more subbies. And that just lets me know that, damn, girl, if you were like uploading consistently, you would get 5 new subbies all the time. Like, fuck is you doing? So that's my fault. And mainly because, you guys, I'm trying to find my space. I'm trying to find my footing. Let me just be very transparent. You all know the podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, is pretty much all I do. All I really watch. I mean, I watch vlogs and everything, but in terms of shows and stuff, I don't even watch Married to Medicine anymore. I don't watch any of that. I'll watch the Housewives when they come back. I don't know if I'll be able to review it, because once I start talking about these people, I am just not interested. You know what I mean? Like, their reality is not really reality to me, and I don't care. So yes, I have finally outgrown this reality TV shit, or at least talking about it, or trying to even act like I take it seriously. So that's not where I can, really fall. So the only thing I really love is the pod, but here's the but with me just doing strictly pod shit. How much can I say I love Mona? How much can I say? And I know we have a whole bunch of different, reactors out there that react to them all the time. However, how much my reactions are different from everybody else's reactions, because I feel like I am very, very, listen, I'm just going to tell you off the cuff. I'm gonna tell you that I don't fuck with Parks. I'm gonna tell you that, where other reactors are strictly, it's more structured and they're nicer and all of that. Not to say that I'm mean, because there are some people on the pod that I do like. Y'all, and speaking of that, let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about how I like Ish, you guys. I like Ish. And I'll tell you what, when they first started, I couldn't stand any of them because of the way that, Rory and Mal left. And I love the old pod. Oh my God. When I tell you, I used to make it to and from work. I would travel an hour and a half, and that shit was like 2 and 3 hours long. And I was just like, yes, I would make it with them. And it was so funny to me. Like, I laughed a lot with them. But then it just became a reality show, and the breakup and everything, and I was pissed off at Joe about the breakup. However, I couldn't stop watching. How many of us is like that? Like, we were mad, but we couldn't stop watching. And then I attempted to watch Rory and Mal, and I just kind of fell off of that. It was just a little more dry because Joe is needed in terms of podcasting. He's a great podcaster. He's a great speaker. He's a great storyteller. He is great at acting and reacting and getting some shit out of you. Like, he'll act. If he needs to turn up, he'll turn up for the pod. And they don't do that, and that's fine. However, back to the fact that I could not stand Ice and Ish, and I'll tell you why. I could not stand them because, of course, to me they were like the stand-ins. They were like the scabs. They came in and they shouldn't have been there. Ice, however, I couldn't stand because I had heard a lot about Ice and some stuff that Ice had said back in the day about chocolate women. I'm chocolate, and I just could not stand him. Where I would just be like, why does he even have him on here with a voice? No one wants to hear him. But a lot of people still don't like Ice. I don't mind Ice. Ice is very sensitive. He gets really upset only if you talk about him, but he clowns everybody else. But that aside, Ish I didn't like because, again, he was a scab. And Joe used to make out like Ish was the prettiest thing walking. I mean, he still does it, but he's just like, oh my God, and because you got those pretty ass eyes and this and that or whatever. And I would just be like, damn, get off his dick. Like, seriously, let him live. And I just didn't like any of them. I didn't. But now I am finding, finally, years later, that I actually do like Ish. I actually do like Ish. Ish is the only one up there to me that kind of makes sense. I don't like the laughing hyena stuff he does, the giggling, Mr. Giggle Snort or whatever. I don't like that shit from a guy. I've said it a billion times. I don't like giggling from a guy. However, I do think he takes a joke well. Yes, he turns up. He goes from 0 to 100 the same as Joe. He really does. Like, you can't joke with Ish too far. He'll shut down. He won't say anything. He'll sip his tea or whatever. Or he'll get mad and turn up. But when we're talking about common sense, I do think Ish has a lot of common sense. Of course, you're not going to agree with every one of their takes. Like, there's not one person up there that I agree with every one of their takes. I've said before, I feel like Joe is always on the wrong side of right. Like, he's literally, especially when it comes to women. Sorry, but I do. Like, I just feel like we're not even gonna get into it again. But yeah, I like Ish is what I found out. Dr. Mark, I don't know, y'all. Listen, I still love the cast. Let me just say that. But Dr. Mark, I need for Dr. Mark to get more professional up there, like I've said before. I know we are very happy to have him there, but the getting up and walking around, which they all do, which he needs to stop. However, I do feel like Mark does it so much. He just does whatever the fuck he want to do up there. And that just is what it is. He comes and goes. Listen, I got to go get my kid, get a fucking nanny, get a babysitter, get somebody. But this is work. So you better be glad he don't work for me. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's only so much I can talk about when I talk about them, because I talk about them. You know what I mean? Like, I talk about stuff with them. I talk about the fact that Flip is back, you guys, and Flip ended up coming, to one of the pods where he wasn't supposed to be there. and him and Mona was together, and it seemed to have worked out. I mean, they weren't really on set at the same time, I don't think, but they were in the same room and, getting along. But, I think it still does work that they don't work together, so that's fine. And yeah, the pod has been getting a little better. It's been getting better, but I do only like it when Mona's there. Sorry, I only like it when Mona's there. Mona is learning how to pass the ball. Pass the ball is so funny when she was like, he played that for me. He played that for me. But anyway, outside of the pod, um, my man and I want to start a channel where we discuss movies, old and new. And I love the way he and I actually speak about current events and blog news and stuff like that. However, those those videos don't get any play whatsoever. But we are going to try to start something, I do believe. And maybe we just have to start from the ground up and get our own audience. You know what I mean? And the other thing about doing strictly the Joe Budden pod is that I then alienate people that have been here with me from day one, like Phil, Karan, like these people that don't listen to the Joe Budden pod, I would assume, and they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So then they're gone. And, those were my peeps. I miss my guys. So I need to find a happy medium. So I am open for any sort of ideas on what, we can talk about and what you guys would be interested in. Because other than that, it's just going to be a hodgepodge of a bunch of shit like it has been. And, it's something that I don't want. Like, I would like to be more pointed. Anyway, outside of that, you guys, how are you? How are you guys? Let me know what's going on in your lives. What did you do today? What did you do last night? Did y'all go out? Do people still go out on New Year's Eve? Y'all, my baby, who is almost 28, I think. She's still my baby. Whatever. Hush your face. She went out and I'm just so over it. I was telling my boyfriend I can't wait until she outgrows the clubs and stuff. Like, I just want her to sit down so that I can feel better and know that she's safe. I mean, I know we can't, shield them forever, but God, just outgrow the club days, please. Please. But do any of you go to clubs? Yeah, I got a gun. I got a gun. Yep. And I've never shot it before, and I really wanted to shoot it last night. However, I did not, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I haven't even been to the gun range, so there's that. Like, I really need to go and pop that thing. But yeah, so I'm basically just here shooting the shit, you guys. Let's talk about real quick. And boyfriend's gonna kill me because he wanted to pod about it, and we didn't pod about it. And I have opinions about it, but we never potted about it, and it's actually late. And I'm talking about the fight with what is his name, the big guy, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. So first of all, we're gonna start with the fight, and then we're gonna work our way up to the tragedy that just happened. But with the fight, you guys, first, I did not really know anything about it. I did hear Joe Budden and him talk about it. However, I didn't care. I didn't care. But then my boyfriend was just like, "Hey, I'm coming so we can watch this fight or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I got a little bit more into it. And yeah, then, Anthony Joshua walks out, and he's a big old guy and black, and I didn't know that, he would be fighting a black guy. So that was a pleasant surprise because we're rooting for everybody black, period. But yeah, so with that whole thing, I just felt like, to me, it seemed like, I won't say it was fixed, but it was fixed in a way of don't make him look bad, don't make him go down super early, hold back. My man doesn't believe that. He believes it was fair, and Anthony Joshua was just a little rusty because he hadn't fought in so long. So it just is what it is. He was very disappointed in the fight and the fact that it lasted that many rounds. And to me, I think he did a great job. I do think he was holding back on purpose. And, boyfriend's like, well, what does he gain? What does he get out of it? Well, he gets all this money. He gets a shit ton of money. And he's gonna kill me because he's not here to give the other side, y'all. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone actually, because he feel like he got points. I feel like my points were made. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there was a fix where it was just like, listen, don't make him look bad. We know you're gonna win. You're gonna win because you can fuck him up, but just don't fuck him up too bad. I don't know, but then again, now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't, because he the Jake Paul guy was falling early on. Like, he was falling and hanging on early on, which kind of lets me know that dude could have just killed him right away, and not killed him literally, but figuratively, he could have like knocked him the fuck out a long time ago. To me, however, he took some punches, and yeah, he got his jaw broken and all that. Listen, they got paid. It is what it is. Now, the current tragedy where he was in this fatal car accident, and two of his close friends, I won't even talk about the fact that they worked with him, for him, whatever the case may be, but these were like his friends, because the more we keep seeing more videos of them just acting a fool, like, it's so tragic, you guys. And I kept saying, can you imagine how tragic that would have been if he just won this fight? We are just learning about him. Apparently, he's well known, in the boxing arenas and all that stuff. He was the world heavyweight champion. He was Mike Tyson for some time. That's my baby. That's how he said. He was Mike Tyson for some time. And I didn't know who the hell he was until he came walking out. Like, I literally had not known of him, known about him. But now that he, has this notoriety, he has this fame, he got all the American bitches all over him. Um, Shout out to my baby. Y'all know I gotta shout out my baby. But now that he has all this, and then we wake up to see that he was in this accident, and I mean, just the tragedy of it. That would have been so tragic. I mean, I hate that these other people lost their lives. I do, and rest in peace to them. But this definitely would have just been another super tragic situation. Although it's really tragic for him. I know he's so sad, and I feel so bad for him. But I mean, I'm glad that he's okay. Um, all right, that's it, you guys. 17 minutes of bullshit. If you are still here to 17 minutes of me rambling and just shooting the shit for real, then listen, you are the real MVP for real. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. I promise to do better. I promise I am going to start being consistent. Yeah, that's just my plan for 2026, for real and for sure. Now, views, no views, I'm just gonna have to remain consistent, and we'll see what happens. Okay, but like the video, you guys, it does wonders for the algorithm. It helps to push the videos out. And let me know, what are you guys doing? Happy New Year. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? 2025 was, I'm not gonna say it was bad. It was rough though. It was rough with relationships. And I'm not just talking about, man woman relationships, like family relationships, relationships with the job and the people at the job, like just relationships itself was hard in 2025. And so I'm hoping and praying that 2026 is better. I'll try to do my part to be better on all fronts, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing night. I hope that, well, this probably won't come up until the next day, so it'll be the second by the time you got it. So hopefully you guys had an amazing day off, and were, with your families and loved ones, and brought it in with a bang. And I will see you guys in the next video. I miss you guys. All right. Talk to you guys later. Smooches.